How long have I been studying English? 10 years. Thank you. Okay, now, just like for real, I'm gonna tell you my story. So I would definitely have to say that I have always been in love with languages in general. When I was a kid, because of my dad's job, we used to move around a lot, right? So when I was like 2 or 3 years old, we moved to Italy. So although my native language is Spanish, the very first language that I've ever learned was Italian. Sì? Ciao, come stai? Tutto bene? When I was home in Venezuela, when I arrived, I couldn't understand anything. I was like, ma che stai parlando? Non capisco niente. And I was like literally struggling. I mean, Spanish and Italian, they're very similar languages, but still, as a kid, the concept of it like was kind of difficult to grasp. But yeah, I grew up and I learned Spanish, and I really, like, it hurts to admit it, but I kind of forgot in Italian, and I feel really bad about it. I wanna, give it a try again, because I'm able to understand it, and I can like kind of hold a conversation, a pretty basic conversation, but I'm not fluent. You feel me? Why I decided to study English? I don't know if you're aware of this, but everything is in English. Everything. But not only that, like, because I was like, oh, languages, they're really cool. Like, I just believe like sounds, like, it's so abstract and symbolic. And I was like, how come these sounds mean something? How? Like, why? So it's like, I want to know, like, I want to know, like, and it's pretty cool, like, cause, people that speak other languages, they tend to have a different thought process than yours, cause if you speak a language, like, your brain is wired in a certain way, so it's kind of cool to, like, see these different worlds. It's like, okay, like, I never thought of it, and the reason why I never thought about it was because I think in another language. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. And most of the music that I used to listen to, and I still listen to, is in English. I remember, like, people like would laugh at me because I was a kid and I was like trying to like sing these songs in English, but I didn't know what I was saying, so it was just like mumbling, like, what do do, and people were like, oh. And I was like, bitch, I'm gonna learn this language, okay? And I'm here. So what about you? Have you learned any other languages? Because I speak 3. TV and movies in general, I used to watch them in English, with subtitles, and kind of like my ear got used to it, to the sound of English. So it's like, okay, like, I kind of want to learn, like, I want to be able to watch these films without subtitles. Like, I just want to directly understand what they're saying. It's not like, okay, like, I'm watching, I'm reading, my head is, like, translating and comprehending, and then I just like digest that information. No, I just want to go straight to the source of it and just like understand it, like, firsthand. So when I was about 11 years old, I went to this institute. In that time, it was called VENUSA, which is like VENUSA. It was an academy back home. They have this agreement with the American embassy, so like gringos will go to Venezuela and like Venezuelans will go to the States, and so it was kind of cool because in that institute, like, I would see Americans all of the time. So since a very young age, I was like kind of like exposed to the language. And I even remember like I was 11, 12, 13, like I was a kid, and I would be in a classroom with like adults, like, you know, like people in college, like trying to learn a language, and I was actually pretty good. So yeah, and I studied for about 2 or 3 years. Ambulance. Wee, 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 wee. Oh no, that's the fire truck. Anyways, so like I went to this institute for about 2-3 years, and like I had a pretty decent level at English. I remember I was 15 and my parents asked me, hey, like what do you want for your birthday, for your quinces? Because I never was like a popular kid and I just like didn't have a lot of friends. I was like, yo, I want to go to England and learn the language. And they were like, okay, cool. They sent me there, and I spent like 4 or 5 months in Cambridge, and I went to Studio Cambridge, which I believe is the oldest English school there is in Cambridge. I believe it is. I believe it is the oldest one. I went there, and like I was living in this house with my English parents, and there were like these lovely couple, super English couple. Literally, like I had fish and chips every single night, and I gained like, I don't know, like 20 pounds. Yeah, like it was cool, but it wasn't cool. Like, bruh, it took me a while to lose all that fucking weight. Never mind. Obviously, what I loved about that experience was the fact that I was constantly surrounded by the language, and it kind of was a little bit challenging because I am from this continent, from America. I was just exposed to American English. I go to England and everybody is like, you know, with their accent, and I was like, I really love the English accent, so that's why I want to go there. So there was a time in my life where I used to sound like this, and I actually want to go back to that. Like I can learn that. I know for sure I can learn that again. Yeah, like I have many teachers, like not only from England. Like I remember I had a teacher, and she was from New Zealand. Ruth, if you're watching this, hello. She was lovely. She was amazing. And I had other teachers, like I remember I had one. He was from Wales. I had another one. He was Scottish. I remember I had one. She was from London, I think. This other guy that he wasn't English. He was from Iran. And he had like this crazy story, like how he got to England, like during the war when he was a kid and stuff. And I was like, oh my god. But you know, like he spoke English as a native because, you know, like he lived basically his entire life there. I met a lot of people, lots and lots of people from Japan, Italy, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, France, Germany. It was kind of really cool to have like this international vibe. Other education, well, in high school, okay, the Venezuelan education, it's not really good at teaching English. So I remember like 5 years of, you know, school, high school, bachillerato. I don't know how to actually translate that, but literally for 5 years we only studied the verb to be for 5 years. Like that's it, that's all. And I was like, bruh, I already know this. Like, we've been studying this since forever. And then obviously, like when I decided that I wanted to become an actress and come here to the States, I once again was surrounded by people that spoke the language. And you know, like I got better. Like I believe as in right now, I'm the most fluent I've ever been. I kind of have like a better grasp of the language as a whole. I mean, sometimes like I get the grammar kind of confused, but as a whole, like I'm not like translating anymore in my head. Like the ideas are there, definitely, you know, like the concepts, the structure, the patterns. Okay, cool, granted. I don't have like a native sound, but I believe I'm really well spoken just because, you know, everything that I consume is in English, and most of the time my conversations, like literally my life is in English. As in right now, my life is in English. I would say like the process of learning a language is something that it's not like, oh, I've learned a language, that's it, I'm done. No, because I believe that languages are an entity in itself. Like they are alive, they're constantly evolving. So you just keep learning. Every day you keep learning like new ways of saying things, which is actually pretty beautiful because like you grow with the language. I've been studying 10 years English, and I really feel comfortable with English, the way I speak. I do know that I could really get better at it. Definitely I'll keep learning, I'll keep getting better. What else can I say? You know, it is a process. It is a process. Like every day you do your thing, you get better at it, and that's it. So, well guys, that was my story for today. If you want to ask me anything, just please leave a comment below, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again in another video.